Hi guys, welcome back to the kitchen, you guys, and welcome me back too. I haven't been here for a few days, not my choice. So as usual, guys, I'm going to tell you a story because I'm good at it. The other night I was on a rant about the cost of living and all the rest of it in Greater Victoria, and there were all sorts of things going on other than cost factors of things. But here's a little story. I make my pouring medium with Valspar Ultra Deep Base, which right now, we're going to bloom, by the way, with a blue background. Right now, I cannot get the Valspar Ultra Deep Base, and basically Lowe's told me that it's going to be anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks before they have delivery on the product. So by that time, because I am a true addict, I will go into complete withdrawals. So I decided that I was going to try the Bear 8300. I was going to mix it exactly the way the pro suggested. I even bought a measuring spoon, you guys, because normally I just plop it in and say that looks right. And so I have to tell you, I hate it. I can't stand it. I don't know how you guys work with Bear 8300. Big round of applause for those who do, because for me, it just turns into this weird gelatinous kind of texture, and everything's beautiful at night, and in the morning I come up and it's all kind of melted, and I absolutely cannot stand it. So because I can't get the Valspar, I've been on a mission to find a new pouring medium mix. So I had a long conversation with a gentleman at Lowe's that was very kind. Over the phone, he took out various cans of base and deep base, and he told me what colors they were, and he shook them, and he said it was pretty stringy and it was pretty this and pretty that, and we finally decided that I should come down and take a look. So today I went down to take a look, and I had to, there's a new person there, of course, so I had to schmooze them into whether they would give me a teaspoon of each one of the bases, and they of course said no, because if somebody else comes in for paint, then the measurements aren't going to be right. And I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. So I said, well, what's the return policy? And this girl said, oh, I can return it if it doesn't work for me. And I said, well, how would you know if I took out 1/4 of a cup? And she said, oh, well, I guess good point. So she gave me a spoonful of 3 different bases, and I came home and tried them. So what I've decided to run with is a Sico paint, which is made by PPG. It's a neutral base. It's called Premium Exterior Paint and a neutral base. So I started telling you about the cost of things. I normally use Valspar, polyurethane, and white glue. So I decided I would at least get some white glue back in the house. And it has gone from $47 to $130. So for $130, I figure Elmer's should come and mix my paint, and there's no way that's happening. So I bought the Sico. It looks like this. It's really, really stringy. Sico is made by PPG. So then I started thinking about everybody that gets multi-pro, and it works so well because it's stretchy. And this stuff is exactly the same. This stuff pours off the stick right out of the can, like almost a perfect consistency. So I made my pouring medium without glue, without poly. I basically used the Sico out of the can, and I did put a bit of floetrol in it. So we're going to try to bloom. I was pretty happy with my little color tester that I did. And we're blooming on a pale blue base, which is just cheapy paint from the dollar store. And because it is 100% acrylic, I did put a scoop of the same Sico base in, just to kind of convert everything maybe to Sico. All right, you guys, enough talking. Let's paint. So this is it. It's really stringy and really strandy, which you have to be really careful when I pour it on or when I spoon it on, because it makes little trails everywhere. But I can live with that. Okay, Paynes Gray by Atelier. This is my first color. And then my next color, my colors are all kind of be really weird and really mixed up. And some of them are the old colors that I've put the new medium into. Some of them are brand new. So this one is Rich Gold, also by Atelier, but it was kind of lacking luster, so I added a little dab of quinacridone nickel azo gold into it for fun. Okay, this one is a piggy. This is TLP in Lakeside. This one I actually didn't add anything other than the base. So it's not as brilliant and shimmery as your piggies mixed with Bear and Josania, but my stick that I originally mixed this with is almost clear when it dries. So I'm hoping that my piggies kind of come back to the same luster as normal. All right, this one is a mystery mauve. I don't know what it is or what it was, but it's pretty. So you can see the little tendrils of stringy, yummy goodness. I have all sorts of colors, and I don't know if I'm going to use all of them or just some of them. So quinacridone nickel azo gold. I have to have that. I've been struggling, you guys. I've been struggling with my paints. I've tried, like I said, I've tried the Bear before and I didn't like it. And I thought, oh, it's just me. I'm really partial to Velspar. And this time I gave the Bear like my utmost effort, and I hate this stuff. I can't stand it. I'm not using it again. So if my piggies don't dry perfectly shimmery, golden oxide, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because I cannot use the Bear products. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an environmental thing in my house or what, but it's really, really frustrating, especially when I see other people just knocking out amazing pieces with Bear. Okay, black cell mix. This is the Aussie floetrol mix 3-2-1. And tonight, for your viewing pleasure, I only have one pair of glasses on my head, not two. All right, let's give this a quick zap. And then let's blow it out. And then after this, if all works in the messy kitchen, we might modify this too. If everything works, then I'm going to just keep pouring, because I haven't been able to do it for a few days. All right, my guys, here we go. Oh, yes, look at that. So I got to back you up just a smidge, because we may spin. So we're just going to let our center do its thing. So even before I go anywhere with this, this is like 100% better than anything I've accomplished with the Bear. Little spin. The purple's pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, I've officially changed the word inflation to legalized robbery. Like you cannot tell me how you can justify something going up by like $80. That's just absolutely ludicrous. And if that's the cost of products, then my painting days are coming to an end, because there's no way I would ever pay that much money. So this pouring medium has no glue, which is wonderful. The more things I can eliminate, the more cost effective this becomes. And that makes me happy, because I'm a little on the thrifty side, you guys. Joop, joop. All right. Okay, let's spin it a bit and then we'll see what we're going to do. So thickening up the acrylic base with the same brand of product, I think, is probably a good idea. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, you guys. I really am. Should we modify this or should we just spin it out and see what happens? So one of my viewers suggested that I put my tile up on putty, which I have tonight. I used to do that quite frequently, but then I just kind of get lazy and I forget. Oh, so much better. Oh, I'm chuffed, you guys. It's like super, super bummer when I can't get busy and paint and come home. And it's like the only place that I can just kind of let it all go and forget about a lousy day or whatever the circumstances may be. So it is definitely a pleasure to get to chill with you guys in the kitchen. This is lovely. Let's collect some of this back into my cup of base paint for later. I forgot to set my walls up. My viewer was absolutely right. It's 100% easier to at least scrape the paint off this. I covered my tile too because I hate the noise. So this tile is covered with just a little piece of that vinyl from those Cricut cutter things. Again, they have it at the dollar store for really cheap. All right, so let's tip it this way. And then let's tip it this way. And then let's spin it again. Baby spins, you guys, just so that we have some control. So here's a little dribble drizzle that I slopped, and you can see that it's really easy to make strands and strings. So if you like making strands and strings, this might be a good pouring medium for you. It's a little more expensive, but I think when I work it out, if I'm not adding glue and I'm not adding polyurethane and I'm not adding Jasonja, it's probably cheaper in the long run. A few little white speckles popping up. So, should we modify, you guys? Or should we just keep spinning and see what happens? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. This is super pretty. I am so, so, so happy. I cannot tell you guys. Like I said, it's like I'm an addict. I really am. And I paint when I'm happy, and I paint when I'm sad, and I paint when I'm pissed off at the world, and I paint when I love the world, and I paint in the morning, I paint in the night. Yeah, I do it all the time. So when things aren't working and I'm struggling, like I said, it's like the end of the world. It's like having a pimple, a hangnail, and your period all on the same day when you were a teenager. It's bloody awful. All right, I really like these colors together, and I really like negative space, so I'm okay with that, but I am going to spin it a couple more times, and then I'm going to bring you guys in for a little peekaboo, and then we're going to paint something on a black base. So I'll write all my descriptions, not that there's much of a description down of this base. I will write it down. I haven't measured it, I have to tell you that, because I just don't do that. But it's roughly 3 to 2 floetrol and this base, and I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah, I like my colors pounded in solid. I don't like things when they start washing out. This is lovely in here. Really pretty. Okay, guys, I'm going to put you on hold, bring you down off of your perch, and we can just kind of walk through this together, and you can see all these pretty subtle little details. And yeah, I'm super glad to be here. I'm glad you're here with me, chilling in the kitchen, and I'm pumped to get back to doing something else. Okay, guys, on hold we go. Okay, we're back, and we're going to kill the light lock, so it's going to change color. There, look at that. Beautiful. I'm super, super happy with this. So I'll try to bring you this way and see if you can see. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see, but it's pretty shimmery. This blue had a little bit of hammerhead in it. The funny mauvey purple color had a little bit of hammerhead in it. So I'm thinking out loud, there's the whole piece, my friends. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm thinking when this dries that the opacity of this pouring medium is going to be very, very light and almost a translucent. So it'll be interesting to see what happened to the piggies once this is dry. But for now, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm super, super chill. I'm super happy. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I apologize for not answering questions and comments on YouTube. Like I said, I've been just PO'd with the world. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you back in a few minutes. Bye for now.